Woo. What is up, people? What is going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? This is your man Dre Mac with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Doing Bel-Air Fridays. You already know it's Bel-Air Friday, so we're gonna talk about Bel-Air today. I'm gonna kind of just get straight into the review and reaction to this. Normally, I kind of talk about the other things that have went on or whatever, but I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. Brother work from 6 to 5:30 today, so and I worked through all my breaks. Brother tired, you know what I mean? But don't come to me like some time he ain't got no job either, because it do. But I ain't gonna lie, a brother is wore out today. So I'm gonna try to keep it as light as I possibly can. I mean, we still gonna get into it, but I'm trying to keep it as light and as positive as I can. Talk about this review. I know I kind of got on just a little late, but hopefully you like the fact that I'm trying to show you kind of like my ambiance before I get on. I'm just trying something new, see how it works, especially with the aesthetic of the actual show. You know what I mean? What it looks like on camera. So I want to make sure that I'm giving y'all the best possible quality while also making sure that you guys are getting, what I normally give you, especially when we're doing a breakdown of these shows and everything. So yeah, Bel-Air Friday, we're going to get into it. And I'm going to tell you, I like this episode, but the real question is
Are you ready?
I'm telling you, sometimes you can never know what's happening, especially on these on a live show, man. Like I put this on everything, y'all. I can have this thing down to a science. I mean, literally a complete science, and it is still just go. You know what I mean? Because I gotta do this by myself. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't technically have to, but I mean, it is called the Dre Mac Show. It ain't Dre Mac and friends. It ain't Dre Mac and these are the Temptations. There's nothing like that. You know what I mean? Um, oh boy, y'all didn't see my episode yesterday. Okay, go check out the episode yesterday. Skip past all the parts where everything was falling apart. Just get to the meat of the subject. Because I'm not gonna lie, everything in his mama was falling apart yesterday. But we kind of got to what needs to be talked about, and that's all that really matter. So give me a second. I'm about to pull something up real quick, but hopefully you guys are good and good. Make sure all I literally ask for is this: a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you come to this. If you come and you're looking for these Bel-Air recaps and reviews of what I thought, you know what I'm saying. Obviously, you see I keep doing that. The Bel-Air is playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, if you really kind of take a this gnat is killing me right now. But if you take a look at what I got playing, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a clue to what the episode or what I'm going to talk about for today. So kind of check the backgrounds if you can, or if you see it on TV or whatever. Sometimes I might have something random, but is if you see something particular, then like, hold on, wait a minute. He playing that. That's what we might be talking about today. But so yeah. So also I think I'm gonna do a video because I went and rewatched Ant-Man and the Wasp last night in the Quantumania because I bought it for Voodoo, and I do this all the time. I always buy the Marvel movies, you know what I'm saying? Whether people think it's good, bad, or indifferent. That's just kind of what I've been doing. Been doing that for, I mean, literally for a minute. I rewatched it. There's a lot that I didn't catch when I was at the movies, and I think that's what it was. I mean, you're at the movies, you know what I'm saying? You smacking on snacks and all that other stuff. You don't catch certain things. Man, I gotta go back and watch. I want to do a video on this, but I gotta go back and watch the Eternals because I think if this is a theory of mine. I'm gonna tell you this, guys. Now, the theory of mine is that the quantum realm is a particle or a essence or a piece of the world of the not the celestials, yeah, of the celestials. I believe when they gave that montage of them creating the worlds, that because there's a seed that gets dropped down, a new celestial is born, that world dies. But if the celestials created these worlds, you know what I mean, and they created the galaxy, wouldn't a piece of them, because they are the creators, be a part of the worlds that they create? And I believe the quantum realm is a piece of them. And so I'm gonna go rewatch the Eternals, and I think I'm on to something. I think I'm on to something. But anyway, let's get into this episode of Bel-Air, episode 9, season 2, episode 9. And I'm gonna say this: when Bel-Air be having me fall to the side, this what rings me back in. You know why this rings me back in? Because when this show is centralized, the main character, which is Will Smith, and everybody else is a part of it. You know what I mean? It's not like, okay, let's go on this journey over here, and then we got to deal with this journey. No, Will Smith is the main character, and then everybody else's bit parts, they have their journeys, but it all ties back into Will. This episode proved that you could do that. Very well done episode. It literally focused on Will. They didn't spend too much time on Ashley and her love triangle with the football player and Jazz. They spent just enough time for us to kind of understand where the disconnect is with that relationship, because there's obviously a disconnect between Jazz and his ego, or whatever he wants to do, what he don't want to do, which he did. I can say this episode, because I'm gonna start with Jazz and Hillary just a little bit. He reached out to her, and she had all opportunity to go and see what he was doing, just be there. You know, she sees him with a couple of girls and she splits and goes with dude. You know what I mean? He's dancing. This is an opportunity for him to hang out, a meet and greet. He got these local artists that are really big. Coco Jones was looking good in that outfit. I'm not even gonna hold you. Yeah, boy. But yeah, so you know, this was his day. I mean, she had her thing too. But if you're really going to support the dude, you know, it doesn't matter what girl is over there dancing with the guy. You go over there and hang out. And he kept looking for her. And she popped up for a minute, seen him hang with two girls, and felt a certain way and bounced. You know, and I'm starting to just get it to the point where they're just young. And this is, I guess, what young people do. They're not facing what exactly is going on. They just kind of like going with the motions. And you know, Hillary had her thing where she basically got the NFL players. I swear Robbie Anderson was a part of that. Matter of fact, let me go look at who was a part of the NFL players, because I swear that was Robbie Anderson. But she had the NFL players that was kicking it. They had like a powder puff. I call it a powder puff game. Whereas girls versus boys, or you know, all girl football or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you know, that's what they had in college or whatever, at the powder puff games or whatever. And remind you that I am old as dirt. You know, I am Black Benjamin Button. But so they kind of they had that, and one of the girls couldn't show up. So okay, This was the only part that I had, and it's just with the writing. It's not with the actor or actress or anything like that. It's certain parts of writing. Okay, we all know that that not Hillary, Ashley is bi curious, she's queer, whatever the case. When she put on that, when she asked her to put on that outfit, and it was she put on the outfit, and she was like, "You know, I'm a queer black woman." I'm glad Hillary was like, "Hey, Jigga, yeah, shh, we get it, we get it." And this is something that I would tell any group. You don't have to tell people what you are. We could, and with people that are gay, they're part of the LGBT community. I kind of get it, but I don't. You don't have to announce to your sister that you're queer. We know that you're queer. The audience knows that you're queer. If they don't know that you're queer, why are they coming in episode 9, finding out that you're queer, and then go all the way back to the first season to find out that you like girls? You know what I mean? Okay, you are. You don't have to, and that's a thing. It's just like me announcing that I'm black. You know, as a black man, you know what I mean? And as a black man, I don't have to continue to do that. Damn it, you know that I'm black. Look at my skin. Look at my hair. Look at my big old Jonathan Majors nose and big black lips. That's not something that I have to announce. And I kind of hate, not hate is too strong of a word. I kind of disliked when a character has to announce who they are. I kind of it's disjointed, and it goes against, like, normal people don't talk like that. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't talk like that. Why would you have the character talk like that? I missed the Power Rangers review stream. Go back and watch it. It's available. There's a lot of hiccups in there, but once you get past the hiccups, I think you would enjoy it. Maybe you won't enjoy it. Maybe you think it's full of crap. But but that's the problem that I have in the writing. That was the only, when I literally say that was the only problem that I had in this whole entire show. That was the only problem that I had. Now, let's get to Will Smith. He finally confronted Doc on, what he felt. But when I say, and this was great writing, great setup, that Doc was playing three-dimensional chess, he played Will to get to Uncle Phil. Now, he knew Will could play. And he said he's going to keep his prompt, but the whole power play was Uncle Phil. And that day that that Doc made him, and this was in the last episode, in episode 8, when Doc made sure that Will was vulnerable enough to express his feelings and what he had going on and how he felt about Uncle Phil and yada yada yada. What Will suffers from, and I understand this because I can attest, but on the opposite parent, is that Will, and this was reflected. This was when I say this was the best episode of the entire season, I am not joking. This right here was the best episode of the entire season. Why? Because when Will had that flash, when Will was sitting there and he had his hoodie on towards the end of the episode, and he started listening to how he was treating Uncle Phil, and then Uncle Phil giving him words, and they went back to his dad. You know what I'm saying? When when Lou came and he was listening to what Lou was trying to say, and he dismissed it, he felt a certain way. And I understand it because he thought he could confide in the Doc. And when he told Doc, man, I just thought, that you wouldn't be just a hustling nigga like everybody else. I thought you was, you know what I mean? That you was just gonna be another dude who sees opportunities and try to make it better for us. I felt Will on that because he confided in a man, because technically, and let's be real, Will is lacking a father. And to me, this is just me, y'all can put it in the comment section. To me, I don't believe this version of Uncle Phil has made the impact to be the father figure. What I've seen a lot of is a lot of spoon fed and force. They tried to spoon feed him and then they tried to force feed him, and he rejected all of it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a natural progression for him to understand Uncle Phil, get a side of Uncle Phil. Again, I keep comparing it to the original sitcom, but there was a difference between this version of Uncle Phil, and I've said this before, and the Uncle Phil from the show. It's just certain things that the Uncle Phil from the show they can say and do, and the mix between the comedy and the seriousness that I felt Uncle Phil. And I could understand towards later parts of the season where Will could confine Uncle Phil, and when they had their little episode, why it's still one of the best things that ever happened on television. You know what I mean? Especially when you're talking about black-led entertainment. So I haven't got that yet. Now I'm not saying that it won't come, but this version of Uncle Phil just hasn't gotten given me that yet, and I'm still waiting for that to come. I've said he's cardboard, he's kind of boring. You know what I mean? He kind of loosened up in the episode where they had the family reunion, but I need more. I think I need more personality from him. You know what I mean? And a little bit we got in this episode. So Will, I guess it was the first time sleeping with Jackie, and he slept with Jackie at Jazz's little get together, which I didn't know that Jazz's. To me, it seemed. What if you can tell me in the comment section? Did it seem like the upper part of Jazz's place was like his place, and the bottom half was the record store? Tell me in the comment section what y'all think about that. Good morning, Mika G. This episode most definitely one of my favorite ones. Still Team Jazz, yes, and Jazz was looking for that girl all day, and she went back and she slept with old boy. Yeah, how can I say this? If Jazz wasn't being a punk bitch, it kind of said what he mean and stood on his principles, probably wouldn't have this. And he didn't even have to, get all in his feelings. If that's your girl, she got it, you got it. I mean, come on, man. If she got it, you got it. So, he wasn't thinking like that. He was trying to be the man. Sometimes, man, logical, emotional, when emotions is high, logical thought is low. And he had a logical thought moment and lost his girl. And, just saying. I'm still Team Jazz. So I want him to win. This was a better episode because it wasn't central. It was, again, we were dealing with Doc. And again, Doc was playing three-dimensional chess. He wanted Uncle Phil. He didn't want Will. For real, he wanted Uncle Phil. And he knew what the pull Uncle Phil could do, because what he's pulling at is the heartstrings of the heartstrings of his nephew, because I believe they're making this angle, and this is what I got out of last week's episode, which again, you can see this behind me, or what finger? That, okay, gotta learn. Yeah. But what I started to understand is that Uncle Phil is trying so hard to figure out Will, because this version of Will is very rejective of everything. If you haven't noticed, it's like he's hard. I mean, he's completely hard-headed. Like, you can't tell this Negro nothing. And he's so hard and is trying to be independent. Boy, you 16. And I can feel him on that. Remember when I was talking about, he's kind of looking for the father figure and looking for a man. I understand that, because I was always looking for that woman to be that motherly type because of the way that I was raised. So I was always looking for a woman to give me something that my mother should have gave me. And because I didn't get that, I kept falling in line and falling into a trap, which I personally had to go to therapy for. You know what I mean? So I could be able to confront my confront the demon and the things that was leading me to this. And I'm very surprised after the whole Lou situation, they didn't say, hey, you know what, Will? I think the best thing that we could do for you is to have you go and talk to a therapist. That way you could be able to get a lot of the emotional things that is hindering you, and you could be able to release those things and be able to start to heal. And as smart as Uncle Phil is, as smart as Aunt Viv is, I'm surprised I didn't get that. Now, Jackie was playing them, but Jackie really likes dude. You know what I mean? She really likes dude, but Jackie was playing them. Carlton, let's get to this. This dude right here is finally confirmed, because I thought it was like pills that they were stirring up. He on that booger sugar. Oh, Carlton, you on the sugars. Oh, but I'm not gonna lie. I him and Carlton and I can't think of his name. His partner, the white guy. Because look, they kind of made for each other. I'm sorry. They kind of felt that. Okay. So the whole Carlton line about, Carlton clearly lied to Aunt Viv about what happened the night that him and old boy went to go kick it. They got drunk. They was toe up. They went. He was like, "Yeah, we just took your car. We were smashed, man. Oh man, we were smashed. We took your car." Connor, thank you, Mika G. Thank you, Mika G. That's why y'all gotta be in the comment section. They be helping you out. You gotta acknowledge. I thank you, Mika. Thank you, Derpy, and everybody in here. Make sure to give me a thumbs up. Make sure. But yeah, make sure you in your comment section, man, because the comment section will help you out. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, Connor. So G brings over Connor and his mom to talk about what happened. You know what I'm saying? And Connor explains, later on in the episode, man, you was messed up. We went to go kick it. All of this, man. We went to go get something to eat because we were hungry. We were smashed out. We end up going to the Pacific. That's why Sam was in the car. Yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, they was on some meth head stuff and then they stole his rims and his car was on bricks. You know what I mean? But Connor covered for him. Now, I knew, this is why I was saying that this version of Will Smith is so hard-headed. It's so, he keeps flipping. And I don't get it. Why he keeps flipping from one side to the next. You know what I'm saying? One minute he want to be down with his cousin. Next minute, you know what I'm saying? His cousin can't really say two things to him or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Without him saying, you know what I mean? I don't know. Because, Carlton apologized to him and he blew him off. And then you gonna get mad because, he on the sugars? Man, come on, man. You can't get mad because that man confined to his boy because he on the booger sugars. That's your fault because you should have been down for your people. And yes, Mika, I thought he was dead too. I'm like, he was like, I've been calling Connor all day and he hasn't talked to me. I'm like, oh man, he didn't. Now I ain't gonna lie, Mika, tell me that wouldn't have been a hell of a twist. And would have, man, if Connor would have died and Carlton was now business would have been picking up if they would have did that. Oh, I'm just thinking about if they really would have did that. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, I would have been hell of invested. Now I'm in this mode. My popcorn. What happened to Connor? Who did it? You know what I mean? Boy, a man can only dream, right? All right, so but Connor covered for him though. And he explained what Carlton explained to Will. At least Connor was there for me. And I felt Carlton. Carlton. I ain't gonna lie. Carlton's my favorite character on the show, next to G. You know what I'm saying? We both sharing the forehead. Let's let the forehead shine. We both sharing, you know what I'm saying, that large amount of forehead. So shout out to the big forehead gang out there. Gang with the head. You know what I mean? But it's I see his complexity. You know what I mean? And for him being a Valley kid, You know what I mean? Oh, most definitely heavily invested. Heavily invested. But for him being kind of a rich kid, valley kid, I'm starting to understand his dynamic. He don't know how to really handle himself, and probably that's a rich, I mean, he on the rich man's drug. So, but I do understand the people who have anxiety and depression that's not a rich kid who turn to other drugs and stuff like that, turn to alcohol or whatever, or get promiscuous. I'm saying it all wrong because I'm sleepy. And Carlton was a suspect. Woo! Oh yeah. I would have been heavily on that. Uh, but yeah, promiscuous. Man, I'm jacking up. I've been at work too long. Need to go to bed. But yeah, I understand where people turn to different things to be able to make themselves feel better when they're so depressed. And I understand he has anxiety. He had a real bad depression about himself. You know what I mean? Oh boy, what's his name? Mike and Lisa was walking together holding hands, and Carter was mugging him. I felt, and now that I felt that way because I would have been mugging him too. And then finally, Will, has the balls to go and tell her, tell Lisa, yeah, I'm the one who put the bug in his ear because, your man told me. And she still didn't believe him. Okay, let him find out for yourself. But again, they didn't spend that much time on that. And because this is episode 9, like, excuse me, last season was 10 episodes. How is Uncle Phil gonna get out this mess with Doc? Now that I'm invested in. Now also, the scene that we're seeing behind me is the scene where they're talking about the firm that he started, which this was, now I do give him this was very powerful that he did accept the offer to go to the other firm with Aunt Viv's ex, well, basically his ex, but Aunt Viv's ex-best friend. And did y'all catch how slick she is? I ain't gonna lie, I kind of invested in this subplot line though, cause she ain't slick. She did all of that, and she told Uncle Phil, which was gangster. I'm sorry, I'm invested in this part. So she went and told Uncle Phil, yeah, I talked to Aunt Viv. I know if I smooth things over with Viv, this will make you clear your mind and get on board. And then when she hugged that man, and when you put them hands, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies, as a man, right? If you put your hands on the smaller parts of my neck, up to the right there on the hook of the head meat, just saying, certain spots. For a brother like me, you put your hands all on my neck meat. Woo! And she said, you ain't got to worry about nothing no more. Now, okay, I'm on board. I'm back on board. I was jumping off the train and it got me back in the caboose. I'm back on the train and I'm not gonna lie, I love this. I ain't gonna lie, because there's a dynamic that's going on and I kind of like it. Overall, I'm back on board. Maybe because it's the last 2 episodes. I think they're going to episode 10. These are I believe they're going to episode 10 because last season they went 10 episodes. This season, this is episode 9, so we're getting to episode 10. Well, now really Doc got Uncle Phil by the balls, but he ain't the only one grabbing a handful. You know what I mean? Viv did take that position, so I was happy with her. Hillary went and slept with her ex-boyfriend. Was that the right move? I don't think so, because I really believe that she was trying to play it off like she didn't care about Jazz, but really old boy is just a rebound. You know what I'm saying? That's all he is. It's just a rebound. You know what I mean? Let me see. There was no heavy G in this too. There was no heavy G subplot lines or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm actually looking forward to the next episode. And again, when it's centered around Will and then everything else kind of plays in the background, but there's a main focus where Will is the focal point of the story, I'm cool with that. And the scene behind me is when, Will and Jackie finally, they got down to business. You know what I mean? And then she told him, you know what I mean, what's cracking with Doc. But what did you guys think about this episode? Did y'all and also put it in the comment section. Don't forget give me the likes. You know what I'm saying? Give me the thumbs up or hell, give me the thumbs down. You like, man, I hate this. But what did you guys think about the episode? Did you actually like that? I just, you seen what's going on in the background before anything got started. I'm just trying to get something new. You know what I'm saying? Trying to try out different things. I want to give you the best. Me as a content creator, I want to give you guys the best live videos that I can when I'm live streaming and stuff like that. So any type of suggestions or whatever helps a lot. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you guys, you know what I'm saying, the best that I got, Anita Baker. You know what I mean? But what did you guys think about this episode? Did you like the episode? I would give this episode a solid 9. You know what I'm saying? Out of 10. I'm back on board. I'm invested. You know what I mean? I kind of want to see how things is going to progress. You know what I'm saying, on the next episode. So, you know how it is, man. You already know how it is.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
All right, so you already know when you see the wrap it up, you know what I'm saying, the wrap it up box, you already know it's time to get up out of here. But again, I thank you guys so very much for tuning in with me. I thank you so very much for hanging with me. Of course, this is a little shorter stream. I want you guys to actually watch it. If you haven't watched this episode, go back, check out the episode, and come back and check this out later. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace and vibe higher. Go ahead. Where my outro at? If you came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure to hit the social media accounts that you see below you. I would love to hear from y'all. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe high.